Oh, hello, everybody. I've decided it's Fireball Friday. I don't have Fireball in front of me, although I was talking to Stephon about getting a Crown Royal shot and doing it in the middle of the day. I didn't have time to go get that. I know. Wow. Right. Let's start the live off.
You gotta get the mindset right for Friday.
I know. Right. Fireball Friday, Crown Crown Royal whiskey doesn't really roll off the tongue as much as Fireball Friday does. It's fun. So it's good to have you here.
Thank you for the invite.
Why don't you tell everybody what sets your heart on fire?
What sets my heart on fire is helping other people find their potential. For many years, I was on a journey of self-development and working through some things about who I am and why I am. And over time, through my development, people will kind of be gravitated toward the things that I was doing with self, and I would share those methods with them. And to me, there's so much negativity in the world. There's so much overly criticizing people that people tend not to see themselves as they truly can be. We all have some type of potential. So I like bringing the potential out in people. That sets me on fire. Because again, I've been exposed to a lot of bad things, but I chose to overcome those things and be the solution to those things. A lot of people cry, moan, and whine about the life that we're living or the world that we're living in, but they're not doing anything good about it. They're boys meet tea sipping people. The world is coming to an end, and we're in the end days. And I hate going to work. I hate people. I hate my life. And then they get with more people. And they have a Wars Me Tea party, right? And they sit there and sucks and the politics and it's just wasted time, and I don't want to live like that. So even through my trials and tribulations, I keep my mind focused on brighter things, and if I can brighten somebody else's perspective, that sets my heart on fire.
I love everything about that, and that you got my attention with that. What was the quote? It was like, somebody's sipping a little bit too much woe is me tea in this amazing book, right? I want to make sure everybody can see that, right? Stephonisms. I bought it.
On Amazon.
Yeah. Hold on. Before I forget, I don't want to forget. It's this massive link that I'm going to grab and populate that into the chat. But
so Stephon, if we've been sipping the woe is me tea? We obviously need to replace that beverage with something better. What should I be swapping in there?
Yes, there's another tea is a detox tea for people who've been drinking too much Wars Me tea, and it's called Do the Best Me Tea.
Do the Best Me Tea.
Like it.
That's a beautiful segue into motivation, I think, because so in this book, right, I've been meandering through. And you have a chapter on motivation. And on page, this just came up today with one of the gals that we're talking to. When they said, I can't do that, I said, I can. This is on page 99, if you want to follow along.
Yeah.
When they said, I wouldn't do that, I said, I will. When they said, it will work, I said, it did.
Yeah.
So the worst thing you can do to yourself is to let them influence your decisions.
Yes.
Who are all those people anyway?
And those people, those thems, them and they are the two dangerous groups you can actually be associated with, right?
For sure.
Using that now, that's real life stuff for me. I come into the Culture Institute of the Department of Defense with a different perspective on how we need to train and how we need to break the status quo. Everybody with presentations and it's dry, objective 1, 2, and 3. Here you learn. This is what we're going to talk about. This is my name, and that doesn't engage a person, right? So I came in with music, theatrics, dancing. I tell stories. I do little quizzes. And I empowered the people. So that was a different type of facilitation that they weren't used to in the Institute. And they said that I would fail and nobody would definitely like the way I'm doing it. Because most of those or drab. And then I said, well, you know what? I'm going to do this for the rest of my life as I retire. Oh, it's not going to work. You know, you're not saying anything. Hey, I did it.
I love it.
Yeah, I did it. And those people are sitting on the sidelines watching me do it. You know, everything that I said I was going to do, they said I couldn't do. So I didn't let them influence me. It's so important. And when I say it's important, it's very essential for your well-being to surround yourself with the right people. You know, you want to have the right people in your garden, people who can bring fertilizer to you to help you grow stronger, people who are going to stretch you, people who are going to check you and hold you accountable. You know, you can't be friends and don't check a person. You know, hey, you know what, Amy, you're drinking too much boys meat tea. Put the cup down. Put the cup
down.
Stop drinking that.
And you know, and what I found is that most of your drama comes from the people in your closest circle. Like and I know we talking about Warriors Meat Tea. Think about this: you're going through something, Michelle, and you sipping on Warriors Meat Tea, and Amy's right there sipping the tea with you, and she's like, "Yeah, you should. I believe you. It sucks, but she should be really checking you instead of allowing you to go down that path. So she's not taking you out of that mindset. She's keeping you there. You know, instead of
and calling her out, right? So saying, I'm not buying this. I don't like this tea. This doesn't sound good. Yeah. And that helps create motivation to move out of it.
Right. To do things.
Do something different.
Yes, you have to, you know. And what people fail to realize is that life is not going to be easy. It's going to have challenges. That's part of life. We're here to learn and grow. You cannot grow through something that's easy. You grow through something that challenges you. So when you have the right people in your circle that will give you constructive criticism, will give you, I would say, factual, data-proven, practical advice to help you out of your situation, that's what you want. Because if you can't do it yourself, you become frustrated with life, you know? And like, frustration is just when you have a challenge and you don't know what to do. Like, I'm frustrated. You can't do nothing about it. So you're frustrated because you feel like you're stuck. So when you have people who can give you other options, you know, it allows you to move forward if you take the decision and take the action to do so. So that accountability piece and having the right people in your circle that will hold you accountable or help you move from the drab of just the stuff that we deal with in life, and to motivate you to move forward into something brighter. It might seem like you're going into the darkness because you've never been there before. However, if you have the right elements in your garden, you can grow from everything that you go through.
I love the analogy of the garden. Go ahead, Amy.
Yeah, and the them and they who
they're dangerous.
And they're coming from their own fear.
Yeah.
They can't see your vision.
No.
So in some way they think they're helping, right?
They do.
You know, and so but it's to be brave enough to go, thank you, fearful voice. That's lovely. I appreciate the intention, but I'm over here in creativity land making stuff happen. So I'm just going to go do my thing. And it's, you know, it's a challenge with the people that you care about.
It's a big challenge. And now here's the thing. It's something you said, and I don't know if you ever heard this before. They might care for you, but at the same time, they're telling you things that's not beneficial to you, and they think they are. That's called sweet poison.
Ooh, I've never heard that one. I like that.
I've not heard that either. That is good.
Another Stephonism.
You know, it's like, you know, say that your mother was raised a certain way. Now she's raising you the best she could based on what she had based on how she experienced being raised by her mother. Yeah. But there seems to be this generational curse, a family curse, that cycle that the women always do the same exact thing. This is the way we do things in the Thompson family.
Oh.
And she thinks she's doing right by you because she's telling you how the Thompson family had done this for so long. This is our way of handling business. But in actuality, it hurt everybody in the family. Now they're passing that sweet poison on to you, thinking that you're going to benefit from it when it really doesn't.
That reminds me of that ham story. Do you know that ham story? Where the cut the end off the ham, right? Yeah, and it's like, grandma, What's that?
Did you watch
Say
me?
that. I don't know. I don't know. Is that your story?
Well, I use it sometimes when I'm facilitating things, but that's a great story. It's amazing
It
that you said
is.
that. Yeah.
Well, because so it's
People
like
are watching. You want me to say it?
right.
Yeah,
Yeah, go
I
ahead.
don't know the
Yeah,
story.
Okay,
share the
so
ham story.
you know what? You're right, Michelle. You spot on because it talks exactly to what we're saying, right? So
Right.
there was this little girl and her mother, and she was making a family ham. It was the first time she was being passed down the recipe for this famous ham that they're known for. So they're marinating the ham and doing everything to it, and right before they put it in the pan, the mother cuts the ends of the ham off and puts it in the oven. The daughter says, "Okay, Mom, I'm so excited, but I got a question for you. Why do we cut the ends of the ham off?" And the mother said, "Well, baby, once you cut the ends of the ham off and the marinade comes out of the meat, goes back into the pan, and you know what? I don't know. Let me ask your grandmother." She calls her mom, say, "Mom, hey, your granddaughter wants to know why do we cut the ends of the ham off before putting it in the oven?" And the mother said, "Well, baby, what we do is we let the marinade come out of the side of the ham and go back into the pan. But you know what? I don't know." She said, "Well, can you call grandmother?" So she calls her mother, and she says, "Mom, your granddaughter wants to know why do we cut the edges off the ham before we put it in the oven? That's been a family tradition." She said, "Well, baby, the oven wasn't big enough."
That's metaphor.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. So yeah, they had to cut the ends off so it would fit. And then so they just kept doing it. So I mean, I think what we were talking about earlier is so the sweet poison is that the same thing as a demotivator?
Sweet poison can be a demotivator. Yes, can be. It definitely can be, because here's the reason why they call it sweet. In the person's mind, they think they're doing the right thing.
Okay, that makes sense.
They think they're
So how do you
doing
get out of that cycle, Stephon? How does somebody, if they're drinking the woe is me tea and they're not motivated and they're surrounded by people that are providing sweet poison, right?
Yeah.
How do you break that cycle? How do you break that cycle? How do you get out of that?
The first thing is awareness. You got to be aware that something's not right, that something's preventing you from expressing yourself the way you want to express yourself. When you have all those factors around you, it is truly a difficult situation to be in. When you can't get good advice, right?
Yeah.
You got people that you love telling you things and you don't want to hurt their feelings most of the time. It puts you in this little stuck place, the sunken place, right?
Yeah.
So it's up to the person to say, "You know what? I'm tired of this. I choose not to live this way anymore." Either something in their life, what we call a C moment, significant emotional event, makes them say, "You know what? I'm about to change my life." So the first thing is the awareness that there needs to be a change in the way they do things, right? The awareness is the number one piece. After that, they must now seek out something that's not their norm to help them with their situation. So here's something I hear all the time: "Well, I don't like to read." Well, I say, "Well, stay where you are." And because you're going to find your freedom in learning about life and learning about yourself. We talked about this before. A lot of this stuff is psychology. We live through psychology. We don't live through, different things that people do. I think most people are asleep. They're walking around, not really paying attention to too much stuff. But the way we see the world, how we behave, how we interact is based in psychology, why we do what we do. So I like to teach people the psychology of where they are right now. What happened to you? Like we talk about the ham, right? And we see past experiences led up to this lack of understanding and awareness of why you're in the position you are in today, because it was passed down to you. We can pass down generational pain. I'm pretty sure you know that. We can pass down a whole lot. So awareness and open to do something different, and the motivation to see something better. Those are the three things.
I love this C moment. I just put that in the chat.
Significant
emotional event. And it
makes your eyes open up. Boom.
Yeah, I think it's there's got to be something enough to shake you out of drinking that woe is me tea.
And that's what it is.
I don't like the taste of this anymore. I'm tired of this, or I'm frustrated,
Yeah.
or I want something more, better, right? No, I don't want to drink this sweet poison. I don't want to listen to this sweet poison anymore. I'm not taking a dose of that anymore either.
That's beautiful.
And there are many ways.
It is. What any other tidbits of advice, Stephon, for motivation for people? Those are amazing, by the way. Thank you for all of that.
Motivation.
And this is fantastic. I'm glad I have this resource.
I appreciate it. Well, self-motivation is key, right? We're motivated by pleasure and pain. So if it's going to bring you pleasure, people will run toward it. If it's going to bring you pain, people will run from it, right?
Yeah,
So
for sure.
the thing is to think about, okay, my situation. If my situation has me in a certain mindset, I want to be able to I have to really establish within myself, I want difference. I want different. I don't want the same. So if you want different, you have to do something different. So something I would tell people in my speeches, I say, you got to do a little something strange for a little change, right?
All this, is that in here too? Oh man, gotta do a little something strange to say that part again. Gotta do a little something strange.
Some change. Now, it's a street terminology behind that. You got to do a little something strange for some change, right?
Yeah, right.
So, when we talk about doing something strange, we're talking about doing something that's outside of our norm.
Sure.
Right. And when we do something outside of our norm, we get a different outcome. Right.
Well, it feels uncomfortable, right?
Yes.
I mean, you're uncomfortable, and it's like you're used to sipping the tea because it's what it's comfortable. I can sit here and just familiar. Ooh, familiar.
Yes, it definitely. Sure. And when you do that, it changes you and it changes your situation. But once you see something different, one little outcome will make you continuously keep moving forward, right? Like, so I was a bodybuilder for many years and a personal trainer and a coach. So my things with my clients, I would say, hey, we're going to clean up your diet. And you're going to eat just like this for 14 days. I need to show you something. You got to drink 1 gallon of water a day. 1 gallon of water. And they will always freak out about the water, right? I got to eat 4 to 5 times a day and I'm going to lose weight. I say, just trust me. It sounds strange, does it? Yes, right. It does. I don't understand it. So once I got them drinking the water, once I got them eating 4 small meals a day, and I got the training program going, the 10 to 15 pounds they've been trying to lose for 10 years, they lost it in 2 weeks.
Bye-bye. Yeah. Bye-bye.
And they're like, oh my God. And I look toner. I said, yeah, because you're not carrying as much water. Your body released the water. I never thought drinking that much water would help me lose water. So then I teach the science behind it. It's the same thing about the science of life. You have to do something different if you want a different outcome. And it's not going to be easy because, trust me, they have to go to the bathroom like 17 times a day.
Now I got to get my water intake up. Thanks, Stephon.
What was me?
Right?
That's fantastic.
But I tell you, it's the effort that is needed to change your life. Many people are scared of.
Yep.
And willing to sit in that place because they're used to it. Being a retired Marine, I've been in the jungle many times. I remember going to the Philippines to do some jungle warfare training, and it smelled like the worst bathroom you can possibly imagine. On top of having mosquitoes this big stick you with syringes and flies, and it was hot and it was muggy. So after I say about the 7th day, I didn't smell anything. I didn't smell anything. My food all tastes the same, even though I had dirt on it. It's because I went scent blind, and we can actually become situationally blind. Because we become used to it. We're creatures of habit, so we'll become used to anything. Look what happened with the quarantine. Yeah, we became used to it. Look what's happening with the mask. Put this mask on.
Sure. It becomes the new normal, right? Yeah, that's what that means. Yeah.
So I mean, it's things like that. People will get comfortable in a situation, but you got to want something different and put the effort in to get something out of it.
I love the idea of having people in your circle to shake it up. Come on, get out of this. I know this gal, she does that for me. I know that you, my new friend, will do that for me.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, that is fantastic.
And I'm gonna tell
Stephon.
you, for all of the people who are actually watching,
Mhm.
your circle. I don't care about your car. I don't care about your job. All that stuff doesn't matter. If you want to take yourself to the next level, you have to clean up your circle. You have
Nice.
you have to clean up.
Nice.
You gotta do spring cleaning. Okay, this doesn't do me any good anymore.
Right.
A lot of people. Oh well, I knew this person for so many years. Okay, but you need to socially distance yourself from the drama that they bring.
Mhm.
You need to socially distance yourself from having too many conversations with them or let them know too much about your life and your information. Because it's the same outcome. They wind up being envious of you, hating on you, how we would say, slowing you down. And what we wind up doing is locking ourselves into loyalty commitments because we knew them for many years.
Mm.
But how many things you've owned for many years that doesn't do you any good, sits in your closet?
Yep. That and jobs. And I mean, that applies to just about anything,
Anything.
right?
I love
Anything.
this so
Things,
much, Stephon.
relationships,
Yeah.
jobs,
Yes.
all of it.
All
Like,
of
is it serving me? Am I here and am I present? Is this the right thing?
Yes.
Do I know in my heart it's the right thing or not? Right?
Yeah.
Mm.
I'm pretty sure you can sit back and think about some people in your circle you might need to socially distance yourself from.
Oh, I just fired one recently.
There you go.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Yeah.
There
I
you
mean,
go.
it was time. It was time. And I was holding on because I knew her for a while and, we had good conversations and, I was trying to be a good friend and nope, that was no longer serving me. And it's okay to do it. It's okay.
Yes, it is. Hey, everybody, it's okay to cut ties. It is. It is.
It is.
One of the biggest ones that I see that hurt a lot of people is family members.
Mm.
Because you hear blood is thicker than water, but I heard people die choking on their own blood.
Mm. I cut one of them out too. While we're at it, that was a while ago though.
But here's the thing. I think relation doesn't matter, but it does matter to a certain extent. As family, you will still probably have a little more love for them. But when it's draining your life power, your lifeblood, it's draining your peace of mind, you got to really start thinking about you. It's not about them anymore because most of the time it becomes a loyalty to this person. And this person gains because you're still connected with them, but you lose. And that's telling yourself that I'm not valuable enough to have better.
Yeah. Taking inventory, right? Yeah, taking inventory.
Well, and socially distancing is a beautiful, loving way
to
say, I still love you,
Yeah.
but I don't need to be all up in this crazy. That's a beautiful release, and it's not aggressive. It's just, yeah, I love it. That's beautiful.
I love it. We could probably talk about this all day long. But this was fantastic, Stephon. Thank you so much for showing up with all of your beautiful sentiments, quotes, information, and I'm excited to get to know you better. Get to know you more.
Good, See, here's the thing for everybody else that's watching, right? And I'm gonna tell our story, Michelle.
Yeah, go ahead.
For anybody in the future, if you don't want to develop your connection, please don't send a connection request. What's the purpose of it? This is not Facebook. This is not Instagram. It's not about followers. It's about connections and building a strong network that's going to help you grow.
Yeah.
Stop treating LinkedIn as, oh, I got this many people. If somebody reaches out and connects with you, try to see what you can do for each other. Yep. Try to see how can you be mutually benefiting by being connected. And it can be a sidebar mentoring conversation. It can be possible leads, but use LinkedIn the way it was designed to help business people become stronger by having access to all these different industries and all these different minds and all these different connections. Now, in the book, connections are the social currency of the successful. That's a Stephon.
Nice.
Just because of that, that's how me and Michelle. I say, hey, are you open?
That's right.
Let's talk.
Yep, that's right. You got to give love to get love, right?
Say it again. Sorry.
You got to give love to get love.
Yeah, you got to give it to get
That's
it. You catch what you pitch.
That's right. All right. Well, I'm going to close this out. Thank you so much. This
Thanks
was
for inviting me.
fantastic. Yes,
Nice meeting you, Amy.
yes. All right. You all have a fantastic day. Talk to you later.
All right. Bye.
Bye.